Hey there, you beautiful badass. Welcome to the Keri Croft Show. I'm your host, Keri Croft, delivering you stories that get you pumped up and feeling like the unstoppable savage that you are. So grab your coffee, put on your game face, and let's do this thing, baby. Avena Women's Care is a collective of 40-plus providers that have been serving Central Ohio communities with comprehensive women's health care for decades. They meet women where they are in every phase of life. From fertility services to menopause care, annual checkups to 3D mammography, Avena provides robust services for all. So for the highest level of individualized women's health care, there's one name to remember: Avena Women's Care. Go to www.avenawomenscare.com to request an appointment. Be sure to tell them Keri sent you. Ready to elevate your self-care game? Boss Gal Beauty Bar is a modern med spa offering everything from cosmetic injectables, lasers and microneedling, to medical-grade facials and skincare. Conveniently located in Clintonville, Grandview, Powell, and Easton, making self-care a priority has never been easier. Use code CROFT for $25 off your first visit. Hey, Ohio, thinking about smoother, brighter skin? Well, fall is the perfect time for laser treatments. With less sun and cooler weather, your skin heals beautifully, and you'll be glowing just in time for the holidays, honey. And here's the best part. If you're a first-time client, mention the Keri Croft Show for $100 off your first purchase. Call today and book your fall laser treatment with the experts at Donaldson. Annie Dixon, welcome to the Keri Croft Show.
Thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure to have you. So just so we can let the people at home know how you and I ended up here. Miss Amy Jo Hamilton, she's the connector.
She is.
She's so great. So Amy Jo has been working with me in the B Lab, and she has been connecting with Annie and some other people. And so I reached out immediately because I'm like, I need to know who this entrepreneur is. It has this incredible bakery called Bite This, and it has all goth vibes. So I'm just happy you're here. We can kind of like peel back what you're doing and who you are and have a little fun.
Yeah. Thanks so much for having me. And shout out to Amy Jo, because she's the bomb.
She is the bomb, isn't she?
She's really cool.
You know, I love when someone is just like the anti-gatekeeper. You literally know they just are there to improve the atmosphere, help other people, and they just want to have a good experience and bring people together.
Yeah. Yeah. She's one of my classmates that she's in my direct team, but we hit it off really quick. And it's like, yeah, everybody just help each other out, and let's see how many connections we can make through the whole process. So they're great.
So Bite This. You already have a little, I don't know if you have goth vibes. You have like a hot, not afraid to like get tatted up and like dye your hair. Like you have a cool vibe going on.
Thanks.
But it says Goth Bakery.
It does say Goth Bakery, but I feel like we have to use that term loosely these days, because there are the people that are like, you're not goth.
You're so mid. You're not goth. I'll show you goth.
What the fuck to call? Can we curse on here?
Yeah, please.
Okay. So I don't, it's like, okay, maybe that's the broadest term to describe it, but it's not just like, we're not just wearing our platform boots and wearing like white face makeup, it's all black. It's not your typical like pink covered in sprinkles bakery. We play heavy metal all the time. Like truly, it's just Annie in a bakery.
Yeah. So you just always been sort of into metal and goth, and like that's how you grew up.
It is how I'm definitely an emo kid. I'm an elder emo, and I was the black sheep in all throughout middle school and high school. Like I was the kid listening to like Tori Amos and 9 Inch Nails while all my classmates were listening to Lil Wayne, and I grew up in like this super preppy, like old money town, and I stuck out like a sore thumb. Like I was just the weird kid, and it was hard being that, but also like trying to fit in at the same time. And so finally, as I grew up and got older, I realized, fuck this, dude. Like, I don't want to be like any of you. I love the things that I love. I always wanted to be tattooed and, artsy and all that. And so as I got older, I just dove headfirst into all those things that I always really loved, and then made sure that I was loud and proud about it.
Were you depressed growing up because you didn't fit in, or how did that work? Like,
Yeah, I definitely went through like huge depressive episodes, not to get too heavy with it, but you know, a couple attempts here and there as a teenager. And my mom struggled with depression as well. So it was something that, you know, I was on antidepressants, and then, you know, once high school was over and I graduated, moved out on my own and started kind of like coming into myself, I had gotten off of the meds and everything for a long time. And now right back on it.
you're like, this is no fun. Let's get right back on.
Dude, I'm sure if you've scrolled through my social media, I'm super open about mental health and sobriety. And it's just like, you go through seasons in your life, and it's like totally fine if you need a little help to just get through the big sad. And I'm very open about that, like with the stress of owning a business and all that it entails.
Yeah. Let's talk about the sobriety. What was your vice?
Wine.
Really?
Yeah.
So would you say you're an alcoholic?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did you just decide, like, okay, this is it, I can't do this anymore?
I have been sober for 3 years in July. And I knew for a long time that I had a problem, but I kept trying to like moderate or cut back. And, you know, when you're drinking so heavily, the people that you're around are also drinking heavily, and they don't want to admit that they've got a problem. So all the people that I talked to about it were like, no, you're fine. You just need to cut back a little bit. And I was like, not physically able to do that. I'm definitely a Pringles can when it comes to alcohol. Like, once you pop, the fun don't stop until I'm fucking blacked out or whatever. And so my husband was stationed in England for a little bit, and my son and I went over there to live with him for the summer. And, you know, drinking culture in the UK is crazy. There is no limits on day, time that it's acceptable to drink. So I just went balls to the walls, and I ended up I would always stay up later than the boys, drinking on my own. And then I ended up trying to go up to bed one night and fell on the stairs, and I like knocked myself out, bled all over the stairs, and woke up, I don't know how much longer later, and just kind of stumbled my way to the bed. But surprisingly, that wasn't the rock bottom moment. I kept drinking, came home and was sober for a little bit, and then had these like bits of sobriety where I'd go for a long time and then try to moderate again. And the second that I got back on it, I realized there's no fucking way that I could, you know, limit my alcohol intake. And so finally I woke up on July 2nd, 3 years ago, and I was like, I cannot feel like this anymore. Like, I cannot be hungover. I've started my business. It's kind of taking off. I can't do this. And I just cold turkey.
And the wine buzz, the wine hangover, man.
Dude.
How much were you drinking, do you think, at your peak per day?
Probably 3 bottles a night.
Jesus. Yeah, and it's crazy how it gets to that, right? Mm-hmm. Because in your rationale, and it's like, well, 1 bottle is only like 3 glasses, mm-hmm. and then you're like, oh, it's just a bottle, and next mm-hmm. thing you know, you're
3 bottles deep.
You're gonna kill yourself.
Yeah, I would. For a long time, I drink like a box, and I'd go through like 3 boxes a week, because you're not like. And then I switched to the bottles, thinking like, oh, that'll help me mm-hmm. moderate. But then it was like, no, I'll just get 6 bottles at a time, and it'll last 2 days, and then I'll go back to the store.
How old was your son when you were when the time that you fell?
So he just turned 10, so he would have been 7.
Okay. And what a gift for him.
Yeah. And he still remembers like the crazy mm-hmm. drinking nights. And I mean, it wasn't anything like he's in danger, but you know, we'd be out in somebody's garage till wee hours of the night, drinking and smoking and whatever. And my husband got sober with me the exact same time, because I think he knew that I wouldn't be able to do it if he was drinking. So yeah, I mean, I think he is very grateful for two parents that don't drink at all.
What a incredible thing for you guys to do together. Wow.
Was good.
That's amazing. It had to be so helpful for your relationship too. Like to be able to, I mean, hard probably too in moments, because dealing with sobriety or something like that on your own is hard enough. And then having to manage both of your cravings and rationale. And did you guys go to therapy, or how did you do it?
No, it was cold turkey for both of us. And I think we probably should have gone to therapy like right at the beginning. But with how, adamant I am about mental health, it's hindsight looking back, definitely. We should have gone straight to therapy and worked out any issues that we had from the past, because with alcohol, you're essentially just numbing all of your feelings and emotions and not talking through things in a healthy way. So it would be, a small problem happens and we don't talk about it, and it like just grows into this huge thing and finally boils over, and then it's just this big fight. So immediately, even without going to therapy and having somebody to talk to, we found healthier ways to communicate with each other. And the longer that we've been sober, the healthier and the better that has gotten, for sure.
When you have a craving, because you probably still get them, right? Where you're and I know maybe like when red wine season comes around, like the air gets a little bit cooler, or there's a fireplace or whatever. How do you just like play the tape where you're like, what's this going to look like? And then you.
Yes. I think that's definitely like the best coping mechanism for any alcoholic or anybody in recovery, is like, how's this going to be in the morning if I choose to drink? But now I feel like for me, my cravings will come, and it's only been a couple times that it's been like really, really bad where I'm like, and it was last year during like a super depressive episode that I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to drink. My husband was gone on a rock climbing trip. I was by myself. My son was at my mother-in-law's. I was like, nobody would know. Nobody would know if I picked up a bottle on the way home and just got shit-faced tonight. But I play the tape forward. I know I'm going to feel like garbage. I'd be throwing away 3 years of super hard work. But also I have so many people that I would disappoint. And I think that more than anything else, knowing that so many people look up to me and, see me as whatever you want to call it, a motivation or something, I could not live with myself if I let those people down.
You taking to social media on TikTok and Instagram and talking, because, it's really cool, because it's like on one hand, you're like, okay, you have this bakery, but it's also edgy. And so it's like this whole vibe and brand. But how has that impacted your sobriety? And like, how many people probably come to you like, oh my God, me too?
Yeah, all the time. And those are the people that I think about when a craving hits, because it's like, no, I can't. Like anytime, and I didn't do it quite as often anymore as I did in the beginning, because obviously the beginning's super hard, right? But now when I share about it, each time I talk about my sobriety, I have 10, 12, 15 people either come through the shop because they're shopping, come to me at the market, see me at Target or whatever, and thank me for being so open and vulnerable about it, because it's not something that people talk about a lot. It's becoming more so. But it's a hard thing to talk about, right? And, I think I'm not going to take responsibility for other people's sobriety. They did that work on their own. But I always said from the beginning, if I could motivate or encourage one person to put down the bottle, it would be worth being uncomfortable for a couple minutes. And I know that it's been way more than that.
Oh, I guarantee it has. So that's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll continue sharing, because
it's funny. It's like, no matter what, this is just my opinion, but no matter what you're building in terms of the business, it's really the story underneath it that draws people in.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
so I think like that's only so much more powerful for you to be continuing to tell that story no matter what you're doing.
Yeah.
Whether it's baking or you ended up doing something different. Like that's really powerful. It really is. I love it.
Thank you.
So speaking of the bakery, so clearly you love to bake.
Yeah, a little.
And so you baked with your grandma.
Mm-hmm.
You grew up baking. You were good at it. And you're like, oh, let's open up a shop.
In the nutshell, I guess. I struggled with food a lot when I was younger. I was a very overweight kid. And I feel like growing up in the South, it's kind of hard to like learn great eating habits. So if we're going back to the beginning, I, yes, had all those really awesome memories with my grandparents, with my grandma, and learned how to cook, learned how to bake with them. Overate like it was my job. And then in 2013, I had gastric bypass and lost a ton of weight. I wanted to be healthy in order to bring a child into the world. That was like my main goal, is like, I don't want to set my kid up with the same habits that I had because I can't learn how to eat properly. And so maybe a year and a half into that, I'd lost a ton of weight. I kind of started I had to relearn how to eat, right? And while I did that, I also was adamant about not losing all the things that I really enjoyed. So I started baking again. My husband was deployed, and I needed somewhere or something to do with all these things that I baked. And so I would start giving them away. And I gave away sea salt chocolate chip cookies and brownies to my neighbors and my friends. And it just authentically grew into this like, oh, well, we're having a birthday party. Let's ask Annie to do the cake. Or we're having a cookout. Let's have Annie bring brownies or bring dessert. And so finally, I was like, my friends encouraged me. They were like, you could probably do something with this. I was like, no, it's fine. Like, I loved being a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah,
I did. But I said to my 500 followers at the time, I was like, hey, would you guys, like, if I opened a shop, would you come? And it was a resounding yes. But obviously I didn't have the means to do it at the time. So I just started sharing recipes and stuff on Instagram, and I made charcuterie boards for a long time and sold those. So yeah, it was like this very authentic, like, growth to where it is now. Nothing was ever really like forced. It just kind of happened.
How much weight did you lose?
130 pounds.
That's a whole different life.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm very no diet culture now, which seems kind of weird to preach about being in the position I'm in, but I am super body positive no matter what size you are. This was the right journey for me. I couldn't keep up with my husband. I couldn't do the things that I really wanted to do. And once I started getting a little bit of energy, that's just when like I hit the fucking ground running, and I couldn't stop doing what I was doing. But I'm really like in the shop, it's like you don't talk about how many calories you're consuming with this brownie or this cookie. I don't ever want people to think like that, because what I've learned from it is that I can eat whatever I want, right? Everything in moderation, except for alcohol. That's a no.
Right.
But yeah, it's just like I've learned the habits that are good for me and where I need to be in my life. And I just want to encourage everybody to do the same for themselves, whether it's you need a little treat. Come get a fucking cookie, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you not to eat it. And
Right.
if anybody in line behind you is bitching about the amount of calories in it, I'm going to tell them to shut the fuck up. And I do it all the time.
Do you?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
You're kind of like, you have like the soup Nazi vibe, but only like a bite this vibe, like where it's like you could tell somebody what's up. You're like, this ain't your grandma's bakery.
Right.
Okay, this is an edgy bakery here that we got going on. What's your favorite thing to make?
Oh,
The bagel thing I was reading about, I'm like, oh, what in the hell is this?
it's I love the bagel bombs. They're great. They're definitely the thing that put me on the map. Like once I stopped making charcuterie boards because I was like, oh shit, nobody's gonna come in and buy a fucking cheese tray like all the time. So my goal was, let's find something that you want to come in to see me every day on your way to work or whatever. And so the bagel bomb was born, and I put that on the internet, and it just fucking took off. So I'd say that's probably what put me on the map. My favorite thing to make, it's like, asking the chef their favorite dish. It's so hard because it changes all the time.
Yeah.
I would say right now I'm in a big like cookie brownie phase. I'm always in a cookie brownie phase, but I love coming up with super weird combinations for any kind of baked good.
So what's your vision right now? Like, what do you want this to manifest into?
Oh. It's such a loaded question. So where I met Amy Jo in our Goldman Sachs class, our whole goal for the class is to figure out what our growth opportunity is, where we want to go, what we want to do. And mine was very quick to figure out because I've been busting at the seams in the space I'm in for at least 6 months. It's a 670 square foot space. It's very small. We've got a line that goes out the door and down the block.
Which is really cool, though.
It's awesome, and I'm super grateful for it. But with the virality of the business comes the negatives too.
Right, correct.
Right. And so people get mad at me for sure all the time because they're like, they're fucking sold out by 12 o'clock every day, and it's really discouraging. I can't get anything that I want. I'm like, I'm trying. I promise.
That's so great.
It's great.
Oh, no,
but
it really is.
It's a good problem to have, but I just need more space. So the goal is expand, whether that be the space that I'm in or going to a new space. I fucking love Clintonville. I really don't want to leave, but I need triple the amount of space that I have.
So would you leave? Would you open up a second space, or would you need to leave here and then just have one bigger space that's
one
okay.
bigger space?
Okay.
Something that I have been advised from plenty of people in the service industry that I value their opinions a lot is don't grow too fast and stay as small as you can for as long as you can. And I know that staying small isn't an option for me. But I think that the specialness wears off when you have like 5 locations, like Bite This is so special. And it's not just a bakery. It's such a community. And I don't think that we would have the same vibe as with 2 or 3 locations as we do with 1.
I disagree.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I totally disagree. I think with your, and this is my humble opinion.
Yeah.
I think that's up to you.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, there's different ways to slice this. Okay, if you went and franchised Bite This willy-nilly and just kind of like threw it to the wolves, yes, the brand would get diluted and it would lose
which I refuse to
what's
do.
special. Having 3 locations in the city of Columbus, while there are a lot of logistics there, a lot of growing pains, that is very much well within your control to own that brand.
Yeah.
I absolutely think that you could do that. I'm not saying do it tomorrow,
Right.
but don't sell yourself short.
Okay.
And I would argue with that person to say, stay as small as you can for as long as you can, honey.
No.
I mean, there's a balance there,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Oh,
it's
for sure.
I think you have a really cool, like, what I love about it. I mean, after sitting here with you, obviously, I really like you, and I can totally see, like, I want to. How can I help? Who can I like? I'm like, I fucking love you. Like, you have that, right?
Thank you.
But cut out the emotional part. Looking at it from a business perspective, this is very much different in terms of bakery. Like, a bakery is very sweet and airy and no cussing and Sunday morning donuts and sprinkles and like. You have cornered something. I'm not saying that there's nothing else out there. I don't know. I haven't researched. When I think of this in my brain, it's very original and it's very authentically you. And so you absolutely can harness that in a handful of locations and crush the shit out of it.
Maybe I do sell myself short a little bit. I think probably because I get nervy.
Well, here's the thing, that I will argue to anyone. I don't care who they are. No one knows. So we can all, there can be two things. You could stay tight in the bud and stay with one location and be great and be super authentic, right? But you could also go down. There's no wrong. Right. The only thing that you'd be wrong in is stopping.
Right.
So it's all really what feels good in your intuition and what you think you're capable of doing. Stress and inflammation take a toll on your body and your wellness. Relax, restore, and rejuvenate at Panacea Luxury Spa Boutique. Book any service of $100 or more and enjoy 2 hours in our luxury amenities. Unwind in our Himalayan salt saunas. Recharge in our wet retreat space with a eucalyptus steam room, hot hydrotherapy pool, and cold plunge. Then drift into deep relaxation with our hanging loungers. What's your panacea? We'll help you find it. Who says you need a special occasion to feel like a celeb? I mean, stress is real. Life is busy. And your scalp? Yeah, it deserves some love too. That's where Headspace by Mia Santiago comes in. Treat yourself or someone who deserves it to a luxurious scalp treatment and a killer blowout or cut, because nothing says main character energy, honey, like a fresh style from celebrity stylist Mia and her team. And because we love a good deal, mention the Keri Croft Show and get 20% off your service or any gift card for somebody in your life that you love. Headspace by Mia Santiago, because great hair days shouldn't be rare.
My long-term vision would be another location, but I'm not thinking in Columbus. But I have to do a lot of research on that. My husband thinks I'm crazy.
Well, but the thing about it is, going back to what you just said, it's a lot easier for you to control from here.
Right.
So if I would, my opinion on that would be, you do another one here.
Yeah.
Because you can drive there, because you have control. And it really is when you go out of market, it's a whole nother game.
Right.
And not that you couldn't crush it in Nashville or wherever, for sure. But replicate it here in your home base.
Figure out how to do it.
Prove to yourself that, oh, wait, hold on. I just did a second one. And guess what? The brand is it's banging even more than ever, and then, okay, now maybe we can step out.
Yeah.
I would definitely experiment in this market.
Yeah, for sure.
Just for your own sanity.
Yeah. And I probably do get really I just go fucking huge with everything in my brain. And I think probably that's why I'm just no, fuck having multiple locations in Columbus. Let's go to Salem, Massachusetts. I think I probably go a little far-fetched with things first, and then I have to reel myself in. So yeah, no, I don't disagree that it could be special. I just worry about I don't know.
Yeah, there's all kinds of worries.
Yeah.
You don't strike me as someone, though, that would let the brand or the culture take a back seat.
Absolutely not.
Especially with a handful of locations.
Yeah. I've even said, there's people from all over the world that want me to franchise or whatever. And I'm like, fuck no, I'm not doing that, because I would have to be hands-on with everything. The art. Mm-hmm. The way that it looks, it's so much, and I'm not talking it's just me in a nutshell. Everything about this business is Annie. Mm-hmm. Nobody else can do it. It wouldn't be able to be replicated by another person. So I would be adamant about you can run it, but I'm going to do literally everything.
But that's franchise model.
Yeah. Is it? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Have somebody run it?
So basically the franchise model is it's like people call it a business in a box.
Yeah.
So if you want total control over the brand and the way it looks, you basically, and there's a lot of upfront work that goes into building the franchise, but then you sell it to someone and they have to do everything the way that you have it written. Now, I mean, that's easier said than done, right? So when you
Right.
have 100 locations, 500 locations, like things can get lost, right? I don't necessarily know that franchising would be the way I would go with you, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I could definitely see with a couple locations. One in UA, maybe?
Okay.
Right next to my house?
You think I fit in Upper Arlington?
No, that's what's amazing. That's what I would love about it.
I think they'd be pissed
No,
off.
I don't think so. There's a lot of cool people in UA.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Don't sleep on UA.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, you would crush it in UA.
I haven't looked honestly at any other area of town yet because I was adamant about Clintonville when I opened this one.
It's a great fit.
It's just wonky.
Mm-hmm.
It's
a great
so
fit.
fucking weird.
And eclectic and
I love it.
yeah.
So yeah, I haven't looked at anywhere else yet.
So what are you trying to do? Like where are the gaps or what are the like puzzles you're trying to solve right now where you're like, man, I wish I could increase sales here, or I wish we could like Amy had mentioned something about Ohio State tailgates, like that you were trying to like get maybe more like what's the
Sports ball. It's the bane of my existence.
Is it?
Yes, I fucking hate it. I mean, don't kill me.
No.
It's like, and I think many small business owners would agree with me when it comes to football season. You die on Saturdays. It's such a hurdle to try and overcome because of the nuts, right? If there's a noon game, you're dead all day. If there's 3 o'clock game, you're dead at noon. Like finding ways, and this isn't my number one hurdle, but it's definitely something that I'm working on, is like, how can we get people in the door? Because no matter how dedicated or how gung-ho my fan base or clientele is, sports comes on and, everybody knows the whole city is dead. Mm-hmm. So we started doing these sports ball catering packages, which I need to push more, but it's like, a pre-sale kind of thing. You get like mini reapers shaped like skulls or stuff with like buffalo chicken, stuff like that, cookies, brownies, and snack mix to pick up and just go take to your tailgate or wherever you are. And we are thinking about doing like on the Michigan game day, because we know there's not a soul is going to come into that building on the Michigan game day. So we're going to open at like 6 a.m. and close at noon, have coffee and all sorts of fun treats, probably sausage biscuits and gravy, like from scratch that you can come get and like tailgate before you go sit down and watch the game. So we're always trying to find shit like that to do. That's like, we may be super exciting, but what can we throw in that's going to like make people get out of bed, come to see us before they go do anything else?
Yeah.
It's always a struggle.
Do you do like scarlet and gray stuff?
No. I do Buckeyes themed things.
So you refuse?
I wouldn't say it. So Zane is my manager and love him. He's been with me for 3 years. He was my first employee. And he is probably the one person that can tell me things that and my husband, that I'll listen to. So for this like Monster Mash tailgate thing that we're doing, I was like, can we have balloons? Because I'm vibes and whimsy all the time. Like I don't care. I'm like, I don't care how much it costs. Let's just get balloons. And I was like, we can have black and gray balloons, right? And he's like, what if we put some red balloons in there? And I was like, no, God. And then a little while later, I was like, fine, we can do it. It's fine. I just like, it's not my thing, and I don't like to bend to fit other people's expectations or,
No,
whatever.
I totally, listen, I have mad respect for that.
I'll do it, but I'm not going to be happy about it.
Yeah. I mean, can't we do like a Brutus skeleton? Like, can't you like mix the worlds where you're like appealing to that crazy ass Ohio State fan, but still feeling a little
So
goth?
what I'll do is instead of getting like super Ohio State about it, I lean heavy into the Buckeye.
Yeah.
Because, everybody fucking loves a Buckeye.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of, and I'm a peanut butter addict. So anything that we can do that's like Buckeye-esque or Buckeye themed, like we'll throw it out there. We've got puppy chow bars. We've got like I can't say this word without getting like sued. Peanut butter cup brownies.
Oh yeah.
Right. Peanut butter cup brownies. We do all sorts of stuff. And it's very like Ohio State, right? But
Yeah.
it's not Ohio State.
Yeah. So what is your biggest hurdle then? If you had to pick one right now,
Oh, right now.
your biggest.
I mean, I have massive growing pains right now. Honestly, the space is the biggest thing. That's been our problem for 6 months and will continue to be our problem until I can find the $bucks to do it. And that's what I'm working on the most is number one, where do I go? How much square footage do I need? Because if I just doubled my space, we'd get into it and already be outgrown today. Like if I went to 1,200 square feet today, I would be done with it in 2 months.
What do you need? Like 25?
I would say probably 25, maybe 3. So I'm kind of trying to like calculate my cost per square foot and figure out like what is the best size for me to be able to be where I need to be, but also grow into, because it's not stopping anytime soon.
Yeah.
It's just going to get bigger and bigger. So I'd love to have space for cake classes and supper clubs and all these fun things that I have in my like manic brain that I want to be able to offer to my customers. But right now there's no fucking way.
Are you like scouring with like an broker?
I have a realtor that I've talked to, but I'm waiting to get through this class and get all of my like finances like super in order to take to the bank. I did an SBA loan when I opened up this spot, and I'm able to like still pull from that, but it's not a ton, right?
Yeah.
Like this is going to be $500,000 minimum probably of a renovation, because you've got to update equipment, hoods, like, and commercial kitchen equipment is not cheap. So really, honestly, money, I guess, is my biggest hurdle. It's like figuring out the smartest way to do it and also still be like within my means, I guess. Like how big can I get without going bankrupt?
Yeah. Right.
Which, it's scary to think about.
No, it's really scary. I mean, $500,000 is not
chump change.
Right.
No.
So you got to make sure it's going to support that.
For sure. And so that's the biggest thing is like, I know for sure that my biggest thing that I need to get a grasp on is numbers. It's always been my number one thing that I struggle with. I haven't looked at a cash flow or a balance statement since the day that I started until last month when I started this class. So I'm really putting in the work right now to figure it all out so that I can see for myself, what are we capable of? What's our projections? Where do we want to be in 5 years? Like I've realized very quickly how big this can be. And I don't think there's really a limit on it. I think it can be as big as I want it to be, because there may be one or two other alternative subculture goth bakeries in the United States, but
There's only one you.
there's only one me. And it's, I think, just taken over.
Yeah. I mean, and it can be as big as you want it to be. I'd love to hear you say that. It's funny. I just started this new email, like weekly email, where I kind of pull together everything happening in the B Lab world and what I'm doing. And one of the things I talked about on Friday was financial literacy and just building SOS and like how important it is to check yourself on the numbers. Like you want to bake, you want to be with people, you want to do your thing. And like when you say numbers, it's like, well, I don't like the numbers or I'm not good at the numbers. That's everyone's default answer. And so we ignore them. It's like anything else, right? That we don't want to deal with.
Yeah.
And it is so important to put things in place. And I'm so happy to hear you saying you're doing that, because you're doing it at a time where it's somewhat manageable. And what we always did was, first of all, any kind of credit card swipe, any kind of expense was always classed, and it was transparent and owned. So you couldn't like sneak, and that may not be a thing now, but like as you grow, hiring a bookkeeper outside that is not an employee, we would talk to her. I probably talk to her every week, but on a monthly basis, you talk about anomalies, you talk about trends, you talk about what's coming, you talk about things that you need, ask better questions.
Yeah.
And then you obviously have your accountant that helps you with how do you look like you made the least amount of money as possible, right? For taxes, and then any kind of future proofing, any kind of, smart shit like retirement and all that. And then always having a baseline of cash.
Yeah.
There was a number that we never went under, not $1.
Mm-hmm.
And those are kind of the fencing or the policing where it's okay, it's not fun.
No.
But when you get in that rhythm and you kind of have those rails, it's freeing.
Yes. Yeah. I'd say even just within weeks of paying more attention to this, I mean, I hadn't paid myself in 3 fucking years because I always just rolled it all right back in. I started reading, my classmates suggested this to me, reading the book Profit First by Mike something. But even just with the class, I'm just there's no reason why I shouldn't be paying myself. And so, super transparent moment there, but I just I was so blackout focused on growth that I just rolled every penny right back into it. And I do a lot of work.
Oh, for sure. But I feel you on that too.
Yeah. It's just
totally.
I worried so much about, not having enough coffers to be able to buy the new oven or whatever that I am eventually going to need, right? Something's always breaking. Something needs maintenance at all times. So I just would squirrel everything away so that I made sure I could cover those things. So
yeah, and I think I wouldn't say that's a bad thing.
No.
I think carving out something, but you're reinvesting in yourself.
Yes.
So it's I don't know. I kind of have a very flexible feel on that because I also even as I'm building everything I'm building now, I don't necessarily pay myself. I'll do something on the side. Let's say I'll pay for my spa or something. I'll do little things.
Yeah.
I don't take a salary.
Yeah.
I don't take a pay check. I'd rather pay and reinvest and do the things. And then that you're playing the long game.
Right. For
right.
sure.
But there is fear.
Yeah.
You have to fight the scarcity mindset of oh my God, do I have any money left?
Yeah.
What's happening? What's going on? Well, I personally love that I know about you now. I didn't know.
You.
I just didn't know. And now I do. And I'm going to make sure everybody else knows.
Well, thank you.
In my orbit. Not that you need it. It doesn't sound like you need the help.
Oh, man.
You got to line out to freaking High Street.
But you know what? I worry all the time that it could just go away tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody worries
yes, of course.
about that. Yeah. So it's always trying to stay relevant within our means, right? It's not we're trying to be trendy or anything, but it's, what new exciting thing can we throw out next? What can we put on the menu next month that is going to be what people want, But yeah, it's super fun. I love what I do. I wouldn't trade it for anything. If it all just went away tomorrow, I'd still be cooking and baking at home and sharing it on the internet with everybody. So
yeah. One more business question. Have you talked about or to anyone, or have you thought about any kind of consumer packaged goods where you package it and sell it to a Whole Foods or a outside of, I mean, Columbus. It wouldn't be tomorrow.
Yeah.
But kind of like the Jenny's model where, she has the shop. The
shout
shop
out to the
grows.
ice cream queen.
Yeah, shout out to the queen. And then next thing you know, they're going into, your grocer's freezer.
Yeah. I would say Jenny has been a huge inspiration for me within my business for sure, because I kind of started my whole model off of the Jenny's vibe, rotating monthly menu, and we're keeping it fun and we're keeping it smart. And it's crazy to say that I know her and can say I can talk to her about advice and all that shit. It's wild. But anyway, yes, I've thought about it. I think, again, it comes down to space. I'd need a fucking factory in order to do some of the things, to be able to create it in bulk. But also I'm very, and I'm sure she can help me a lot with this too, is I'm so adamant about quality over quantity. So if I was going to do it, it would have to be done well and right, just like, anything else that I do. And that I would rather make a small amount and do it really fucking well than make a huge amount and it be subpar.
Yeah.
So I'm not opposed to it by any means. And I think my husband would be number one, be like, you got to get Pub Grub on the shelf stat. Because it's the most addicting, snacky, crunchy thing. But I need a whole assembly line process to be able to do it.
I think it could be in your future. You're just like, there's some steps that you need to take to get there. But I can totally see that for you as well.
Yeah, there's hurdles.
Yeah.
And I'm not opposed to it by any means. But yeah, it's just like, it's got to have the Annie stamp of approval.
Yeah, for
which
sure.
is heavy.
Right, which it should be.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
This is amazing, and the sky is the limit. And I just can't wait to watch. I can't wait to just kind of watch and support and see how this all unfolds for you, Annie.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you for
welcome.
having me.
Oh my God, of course.
This was fun.
Of course.
I love doing shit like this.
Well, you know what? Come back anytime. We're going to come see you too, by the way. I got to come see your shop.
Hell yeah.
Come,
Yeah.
I want you to cuss at me and like whatever. I want to wait. I want to get pissed and wait in line for 2 hours, and then you
It's
come.
not like that. It's not like that. We're like I'm so like, people meet me and they're like, you're so nice. And I'm
You
just
are
like,
nice.
I wasn't ever trying to make you think that I was mean.
You're just you.
Yeah, I tell you how it is.
Yes.
Like,
listen, honey, we need more of that in the world.
I'm going to try. I'm going to stay this way forever. There's no helping it. So yeah.
Hey, listen, don't go changing.
I'm not. I promise you that.
If you're still out there following your girl, follow me on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. And until next time, get your ass to bite this. Get there early. Get the bagel, whatever it is. Bites? Is that what they are?
Bagel bombs.
Bagel bombs.
They're officially transitioning to Reapers because they're all going to be shaped like skulls.
Reapers.
Reapers.
Become a
Get your
creep.
Reapers.
Become a creep. This is what we call Annie's fans. And then also the pub grub.
Pub Grub.
Pub grub. Just get to bite this and
We're
let me know
not
how it
fucking
goes.
box
All right.
brownies.
And keep moving, baby.
So